I'm here with Ellen Liston, longtime employee for University of Tennessee Athletics, and I will let her introduce herself.
I'm Ellen Liston, and I started working in the athletic department when I was in college, which was more than a few years ago. And I always thought I wanted to be a sports information director, and I went to graduate school and worked in sports information and realized I'm not really sure I wanted to do that full time, but just never lost my love of being involved with athletic events and have worked at UT football games and Lady Vols basketball games ever since.
Is it hard being a UT alumnus to separate being a fan from being also an employee and working the games?
One of the things that people ask me a lot when they know that I work at UT football games and women's basketball games is, how do you keep from cheering? And I think it's a couple of things. One, it's my job. You know, it's when you work in an athletic department, that's part of the expectation, is that you're not going to cheer for really either team. And I think it takes practice. Sometimes it's a lot easier than other times to be quiet or not yell or cheer, but it's something that is an expectation if you work at games. But I'm kind of always cheering on the inside.
Definitely. All right, now for the fun superlative questions. What's your favorite sport to work involving UT, and who's your all-time favorite UT athlete? Yes, you can say Peyton.
My favorite sport to work as part of the crew is definitely basketball. It's so fast-paced that something's always happening, and you are always looking at something different. I think just the aspect of the fact that the same players are on the floor playing offense and defense adds some excitement to the game as somebody who's working it. So I definitely have to say basketball. As far as my favorite UT athlete of all time, of course I have to have two. I have to have a male and a female. My favorite male UT athlete of all time is Condor Holloway. He was actually a player when I was a little girl, but I remember him from being bigger than life. And then I got to meet him and work with him as I worked. He's just a class individual. He probably, to me, is the best representation of all for life that there is. And then my favorite female athlete would be one of my best friends, Pam Moore, who was a Lady Vol, played basketball here for 4 years, played in every game from the time she was a freshman until she graduated. And she it really is a representative of what it means to be a Lady Vol. You know, she wasn't an All-American. She did play on 2 Final Four teams. She didn't play in a national championship, but she is the epitome of what it means to be a Lady Vol athlete. And she's one of my best friends, so of course she's my favorite athlete.